Hello and welcome to today's candle making video. I think this is the first time I'm actually doing a proper candle making tutorial video for you. This tutorial video is going to be a bit in-depth because it's coming along with our candle making kit, which I have here. Okay, so you can purchase this kit. It has everything you need to make this candle here, and that can be used as a gift for this coming Christmas season or whatever you want to use it for, basically. So let's get right into candle making. So here I have two scales. I've got my bigger scale and my smaller scale. This will be used in measuring my fragrance because it's able to pick up the knot point that comes with fragrance measurements. All right, and this bigger scale will be used to measure my wax. I've got two beakers here basically helping me do my measurements, and I've got my wax melter at the far end, which I'll be bringing closer into the video as time goes on. So my wax melter is over there, and that is my craft kit. So let's get right into the tools and materials I have on my table today. I've got two scales. I've got my bigger scale and my smaller scale. My bigger scale will be used in measuring my wax. The wax I'm using today is soy wax. However, I'm going to be talking to you about a few other wax you can use in your candle making. I've also got a candle making kit here, which is going to be on our Skilled Hands website, and it's also going to be on our Class Ben 2 website, available for sale if you want it. Everything I'm going to be using in this tutorial is going to be in there with some guided notes, enough information for you to be able to explore even after this workshop with other waxes, because there's all of that information in there. Now this tutorial video is going to be linked to this kit, so it helps you work away on your own wherever you find yourself so far as you've purchased the kit. All right, I have two beakers here, the smaller one and the bigger one. The bigger one here and the smaller one, I've got a pipette which I'm going to be using as well. I've got my container I'm using for the candle. So for our kit, we have it in bigger containers, and this makes 200 grams of candle. And then I've also got the smaller one that makes 100 grams of candle. All right, and they come at different prices when you visit our website. Today I'm using fragrance oil. However, I'll be talking to you about the difference between fragrance oil and essential oil as the video rolls. All right, so there are different waxes in candle making, and like I said, it's a soy wax you're going to be working with today. So for soy wax, which is eco-friendly, gotten from the soybean oil, when you're working with it, the ratio of wax to fragrance is 6 to 8 grams. So your maximum grammage you'll be using, let's say if you're using 100 grams of wax, then you're going to either use 6 grams of fragrance, or your highest is 8 grams. You're going to stay within the 6 to 8 grams fragrance ratio. So this is my 100 grams and that is my 200 grams. Now both of them are quite different. Now for when you're using soy wax, your fragrance to wax ratio is 100 grams of wax to 6 to 8 grams of fragrance. That's how you have to stick to it. So if I was going to be using this container today for my candle making, then it means that my fragrance load should range between 6 to 8 grams of fragrance, and I can't go beyond that. So if I'm using my 200 grams, then it means that my fragrance load is going to stay between 12 to 16 grams. So it's basically multiplying it by 2. We'll talk more about the benefits and the temperatures and all that for soy wax. For soy wax, your melt temperature should be between 75 degrees Celsius to 85 degrees Celsius. That means that when we've melted our wax, the wax should melt around 75 to 80 degrees Celsius. And then we are going to add the fragrance when we've allowed the wax to cool down to 65 degrees Celsius. And then we can pour at around 65 to 60 degrees Celsius range. All right, so somebody would ask, candle making is just basically adding fragrance to your wax, but that is not it, you see, because if you want to be able to produce a good candle, you have to follow all of these rules. When you're able to do that and you're able to wick your candle well as well, then you have a good candle that has a good scent through. and that means that your candle can burn well, burn safer, smell good for as long as you want, and you can have the best effect you are looking for in your candle. Basically, that is the science behind making candles. So you have to know what wax you're using, as regards to how you have to melt it, what melting point you're going to be using, at what melting point are we adding fragrance, at what melting point are we pouring, and that is what we give you in the kit. Okay, for the soy wax, the curing time is from 24 hours to 48 hours. In saying that, the longer you keep your candle staying after you have done, the better the scent through is. So let's say if I was doing this candle today, the moment the candle hardens up in the container, it doesn't mean it's ready to use. The least time I can use my candle after making it today will be 24 hours. But if I want a better experience with my candle, then I have to leave it standing longer. So after 24 to 48 hours, you can use it. But the longer you keep your candle for, the better effect or scent through you experience when you burn it. And that is why sometimes people say, I bought a candle, but it doesn't smell good. That is as a result of many reasons that I can share a few with you. And one of them is probably the candle maker did not allow the candle to cure enough before selling it. Another reason is maybe the fragrance of the candle was added too early when he or she wasn't supposed to add the fragrance. So that means the wax was too hot at the time the fragrance was added, and the hot wax burnt out all the properties of the fragrance oil, so it loses its fragrance. Another thing is if it is not wicked well. So the size of your container should determine the size of your wick. Now you can tell that this wick is correctly sized for this container. I can still use this wick for this container or a much smaller one. So depending on the size of your container, it should be wicked appropriately. Sometimes you may have to do double wicking, triple wicking, quadruple wicking, whatever wicking, depending on the diameter of your container. So the moment the diameter of your container exceeds 3 inches, you have to consider doing double wicking. Okay, so these are some of the technicalities that comes with candle making, which I'm excited to share with you today. So let's proceed with candle making. There's a lot of information on coconut wax, on paraffin wax, on beeswax, and a few other waxes I've talked about in my notes, which comes with the candle making kit. So if you want to know more about candle making, the point at which you should pour for each wax you're making, then please get the kit. You can also do a blend of waxes, which I've talked about. And when you buy the kit, you can always send me a message if you have a question, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. So let's get on with the candle making. And I'll be making my candle with my 200 grams of container. I have gone ahead to prepare my wick. My wick has already been centered in the middle, so you don't have to do it. You can either do or center your wick with a wick centering kit, or you can use a glue dot. So that is what I have done there. I've gone ahead to add a few embellishments to it, like a handmade tag here on the side. I've also got another handmade tag like that, which can go on the top of your container, which is popped into the candle making kit. So in the kit, I provided 2 labels, which you can use to package your candle beautifully, if you get it. Now let's go ahead and measure 200 grams of our wax. So I'm measuring in grams. I'm going to have to tell my scale so that I take the weight of the jar off, and then I'll start measuring my wax to 200 grams. Now this is soy wax, and I've talked about the benefits of soy wax and its scent properties and all of that in the candle making kit. All right, I'm exactly on 200. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring my wax melter here, and I'm going to empty this in here. Set that aside, and then I'm going to turn my wax melter on gently, keeping an eye on the temperature because I don't want it to go too I don't want it to get too hot. Now we have to remember that the melting point for soy wax is between 75 to 80 degrees Celsius. I'm going to turn my 1 mark here, remembering that this melts very fast, so I'll keep an eye on that whilst I go along and measure my fragrance oil. All right, I'm using Lady Million, and Lady Million is a fragrance oil and not an essential oil. So the difference between a fragrance oil and an essential oil is that fragrance oils are produced in the lab. So if you're thinking of doing an organic candle, then you're not going to have to go for fragrance oil. You're going to have to go for essential oils. Now, essential oils are produced from nature. So we have orange essential oil, lavender, lemon, bergamot. We have papaya, pineapple, banana. All of those are gotten from nature. So those are essential oils. In saying that, because you're gotten from nature, we don't have a wide variety of that as opposed to the fragrance oils. But you can also put a combination of your essential oils together to create a unique scent for you, where we are talking about top note, middle note, base note, blending them together and producing a unique scent. Now, if you want to learn about that, you can also purchase perfume making kit, and then you have all of that information as well as a tutorial video like I'm doing it now coming as the package, and then you learn how to blend different essential oils together with the notes to produce a unique scent that is uniquely yours, that may smell like some fragrance oils you may know of. In that perfume making kit as well, I provide you with recipes of essential oils you can put together, top note, middle note, base note fragrance oils you can put together to make your own unique smell. Okay, all right, now my wax is melting beautifully. I'm going to turn it off now because this tends to melt very quickly, and then I'll keep an eye on the fragrance as it goes along. Now let's go ahead and measure our fragrance oils now. With the 200 grams, I can either decide to add 12 grams of fragrance oil to 16 grams. So I'm going to pour 16 grams. So I'm going to set this on the side here. That's my fragrance. And I'd gone for 16 grams. So 16 grams of fragrance oil to 200 grams of wax. And all of that is going to go in this container here. Our wax is warm enough for us to add a fragrance to it. I'm going to take my fragrance now and pour it all in here. I'll give it a proper good stir. Make sure it's all incorporated beautifully, and then we go ahead and pour it out. Gently pour my wax. Okay. It to center my wick. Then we're going to leave it to sit till it sets, and then I'm going to trim my wick to 5 millimeters high, and that is it. My candle is ready for use. So if you're interested in learning to do your own candle, then you can grab one of our kits. So we have our fragrance oil kits for candle making and the essential oil kits for candle making. When making or burning a candle, one of the most important things you need to remember is to always keep your wick trimmed to about 5 millimeters. If the wick is too long, the flame becomes too big. This can cause your candle to burn too quickly, produce smoke, and create uneven melting in the wax. It can also affect the scent through and reduce the overall life of your candle. Keeping the wick short ensures a clean, steady flame and helps your candle burn safely and evenly from start to finish. This is soy candle I've made using fragrance oil. I believe this one is inspired by Lady Million perfume. It has now fully hardened and I'm just finishing it off. If you're interested in learning more, we have candle making kits available with essential oils or fragrance oils and different container sizes. You can also access our full tutorial handout through our Class Ben 2 website or our personal website. Everything you need is included.